I learned a lot of hard lessons about selling, and I found out that even when you are dealing with the experts, people who have accomplished in various fields, probably the field in which you have chosen to venture or some other field that you can relate to and you're trying to study the person, it doesn't follow that that person will have all the knowledge. It is possible that somebody who's extremely successful already might actually not see anything that is of value in what you are trying to do, and will probably tell you you're going to fail in what you're going to do. There are lots of stories that are bound if you read the success books, and there are countless examples. I'll give you one from the books from way back in history. That's why I tell people all the time it's important to read, but some people think that all they have to do is just sit down and do. They don't think they should read. When you read, it gives you perspective. It also lets you know just how tough it might be, and it helps you prepare your mind that okay, you might have a period during which you will not have anybody believing in what you're trying to do, and so you will need to keep believing in yourself and looking inwards and digging deep, to outlast the period of doubt, delays, disappointment, setback, difficulty, adversity, whatever it might be. The story in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich is told of how the great Thomas Edison had the equally great, I would say, at some point. I don't want to bring up his other aspects that were not very flattering to his reputation. The great Henry Ford, all right? When Henry Ford actually was working as an employee with Thomas Edison, all right? Many people do not know that actually happened. There was a time when Henry Ford started out in life actually as a stark illiterate and was working as an employee in Thomas Edison's Edison company. And one day, Ford, having interacted with Edison so closely for a length of time, it is said that when you make a habit of staying around people with great minds, you begin to pick up. It rubs off, and so he began to also become a thinking person and had ideas. And one day he came up with the idea of the six-cylinder engine. The one where in that time it was the horseless carriage, right? That it was called, because at that time the only means of transportation was the carriages that were driven by horses. So Edison came up with this concept of the six-cylinder engine because of the other expensive model of cars that existed at the time, and it was like an impossible engineering conception. So he went and told Thomas Edison, "Oh, this is the idea I have," thinking he could get Edison, being an inventor himself who had overcome odds, to invest or at least encourage him and support him in the idea. But Edison just told him, "Look, come over, come and join me, let me promote you to supervisor, and let's do some important and serious and more value-adding work." So Henry Ford was at the crossroads. It was like, this man is giving me an ultimatum here. Drop this idea of yours. Potentially, what the man was saying was like a silly idea, and come and let me promote you and you do some more important work. And this was a very accomplished Thomas Edison at the time. Then the stark illiterate Henry Ford, what did he have to offer? Who would believe in him? Nobody. So he said he discussed it with wife. That's what the story said. He discussed with his wife, and he and his wife agreed that with the little savings he had left, he should quit working for Thomas Edison and instead pursue his dream of the six-cylinder car engine, so that he would actualize that dream no matter what it would take. And he did that. And today we all know that because of Henry Ford, that's why we have the more economic car engine model. Now the point I'm making is this: people will voice opinion, and I'm telling you, if you read the books, you will see that many times people that went to change the face of a particular field of endeavor in terms of what was possible, what people thought was possible, are people that had to actually disbelieve the predictions and assessments, of somebody who was already successful in their time, and they had to ignore that and go ahead and succeed all the same. So sometimes when you are listening to people, you've got to wait. It may not be that they are right. It doesn't mean that they won't be right sometimes, and it doesn't mean you shouldn't listen to people. It's not that when you want to listen to people, make sure you put things in proper perspective. I'll give you an example. When I was doing my marketing, I remember every single person I told, after I got frustrated many times with people just taking me for a ride when I did jobs for them, going on people's client premises, doing jobs for them. I will not get my money, or I will get paid, short paid, I will get treated, get harassed to do things I did not agree to do originally. I'll get my payments delayed, people give me bounce checks, all kinds of things happen. It happens to everybody. The thing is, I didn't like working like that because I knew that I was giving way more value than what I was actually charging people. And I realized I was struggling to support my family. So I knew that if I didn't look for a way that was efficient, I would just run out of gas. I would just get frustrated, drained, exhausted, and probably break down. So I knew I had to find a more efficient way to do what I was doing because I love doing it. But I wanted to be sure that as I love doing it, I wanted to get paid too in a manner that was commensurate to what I was putting in. So I looked at it and I said, okay, it's clear that going to work face to face with a lot of people is like this thing the Nigerians call see finish. The more they see you, they said it's when you stay too long in the toilet that you start seeing a fly that's wearing school uniform. So when people see you too often, they begin to lose respect for you. It's a psychological thing. They begin to take you for granted because you are coming to them and you're coming on such a regular basis. Why was I doing that? Because I couldn't afford to work from home because I did not have the resources. I was going to their premises and negotiating working on their premises because I then didn't have to pay for power supply, for internet connectivity and things like that. And sometimes, depending on the kind of company I was working with, I got a meal. So it helped me to kind of win the job by offering a lower price and at the same time still do the job and kind of minimize my overheads. But there was a trade-off because I also tended to lose, quote unquote, the image of a professional that I needed to have. Because when you're coming to people's premises to work, if you're coming once in a while, but if you are coming every day and staying, coming like I was doing at 6:30 a.m. and leaving at 12 midnight, 1 a.m. with the CEO escorting me to my car at 1 a.m. for me to drive off all the way from a place in Surulere, all the way through Agidingbe, all the way to near Alagole end. I was doing that. I almost died one night trying to get back home. That's the story for another recording. So the point is that I had to deal with all because the way I got treated more often than not at the end showed that I had actually gone down in the way the client looked at me because it was just natural. And as a struggling guy, it will show sometimes. So I realized it wasn't helpful to me. What I did was I said, I'm going to just start working remotely and I'm going to insist that anybody that wants to work with me doesn't need me to meet with them face to face. I'm going to do my marketing and win clients online. Guess what I was told? Oh, it's impossible. It's only in America. Nobody believed I could do it. That's how I work today. 99% of the work I do today, I do not meet anybody face to face, and people are sending me money from different parts in and out of Africa, and I do not have to meet with them to get them to give me payment and to give me repeat business. So it means it is possible, but the first step is you have to disbelieve all the opinion that will be thrown your way. The other thing is this: the way I was doing my marketing, what was I saying? How was I doing it exactly? Yes, I said I was going to stay home and not go to people's places, but how did I go about it? Every single thing I did was contrarian. The result is what will determine for you who you should listen to. If that person is not somebody that has put money down and can put money or has shown serious interest in putting money down, you shouldn't listen to such a person. The people you should listen to are the people that have put money down to buy from you, or people that can put money down to buy from you. If you are not able to get such people to comment on whether or not your marketing resource or material or platform is set up right or is looking right, don't listen to any other person. People have opinion and they have a right to voice their opinion, and there's nothing wrong with that. But understand that opinion does not equal expertise. And remember that the people who have opinion and are saying they have expertise, remember, sometimes because they don't fit your target audience profile, they're not people that need what you are selling. They cannot see it the way the people who need what you're selling will see it. Let me give you an example. I want to give practical example so you know what I'm saying. Look, anybody that's looking for a child wants to have a baby. That's a couple. They want to have a baby. You know that what they want to hear is, this is what you can do, and you get pregnant in 6 months or 9 months, and you get to have a baby in 9 months, blah blah blah. Let's say they've been searching for a baby for 10 years, and they've not been able to get pregnant, talk less of having maybe even a miscarriage.